back at your years in the police and in the intelligence services, what was your toughest assignment?
Well, I would call that advanced security liaison tour to Pakistan in 2004.
Explain the context to our audience that doesn't remember that in 2004, India is touring Pakistan after a long time with the cricket team.
Yeah, what really happened was, and this I would again point out at the sagacious leadership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. The situation in the beginning of the century was really, really fragile. You know, the Agra talks had failed, there was Nadi Mara massacre, and line of control was very hot. And when everything had failed, even the bus trip to Lahore by Vajpayee ji
had resulted in the Kargil War.
And the Kargil War had already come before that. Musharraf was on the other side. Cricket was a kind of a diplomacy. He really wanted to fight till the last, I would say. And they said, should we go ahead with the tour to Pakistan, which would have been after 15 years. So then they decided that they should send an advance team. So an advance team by the government of India was sent under me with some BCCI officials. And I went to Pakistan, absolutely walked into a blind alley.
And Musharraf is still president.
Musharraf was still the dictator over there. And then having talks there with the military officials on the other side.
Surreal.
Absolutely surreal. And then traveling to Peshawar, Faisalabad, Multan, Karachi, Lahore, though I'd been to Pakistan earlier for the SAARC summit, but those were different circumstances. And then how do you take a decision really in a foreign country?
And that to Pakistan.
And especially, mind you, Musharraf himself was attacked twice before that. So I went around, went to all the venues, and the press was going berserk, both sides, and I was getting calls from the busybody MPs here also, match up karwa rahe hain ya nahi karwa rahe hain. And my friends had told me कि बेटा इसमें तो तुम फंस गए, so याद रखना ये style वही चलेगा नहीं. If there's anything happens, it will be on your head.
And you had to basically sign off on the fact that these venues are secure enough for the Indian cricket team to come and play in Pakistan.
Yes.
When you look back at it, do you think it was a kind of madness?
Absolute madness, and I did it. I don't know how I took that risk, because anybody very senior would have refused to be on part of that tour.
Yeah.
So anyway, one went there, and when you go to Karachi, then you realize you can't have a test match. You like to get your team and just take them away as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, we'll allow a ODI, whereas those people wanted a test match.
Lamba khelo.
Lamba khelo. In Peshawar, again, they wanted a test match. So when I came back, I gave a report that this is how we can schedule it. And but I asked them, this is the kind of security I need. So the Home Secretary of Pakistan told me, he called me inside, he says, people are crazy, we'll give you what you want. But I waited for that. Then I read in the papers when I came back after the tour that presidential scale of security will be provided. So once that was there, then I filed my report. And Mr. Vajpayee took the decision that yes, the team should go ahead. And I went with the team again.
What is your abiding memory of that trip to Pakistan? Because you were actually interacting with the security establishment of Pakistan. That, and the deep state of Pakistan is an adversary for India. Not the people of Pakistan, but the deep state. What is your abiding memory of that trip?
Well, Barkha, I have been to Pakistan. There's certainly a deep connection with Pakistan because I've been there 6 or 7 times.
Okay.
I went there for SAARC. I went for the advanced trip. Then I went with the team. Then I went again with another team in 2006. Then I again went in advance for Mr. Advani's trip. And not only with the deep state and the cops over there, I had a tremendous interaction with the people, the middle class. And I found them just like us, just like us. There were hardly any, talks about religion or anything which is the fight on the border. We were talking about commonality, green Lipton label, chai, and we are talking about trade, and we are talking about the cassettes and songs. and the kind of things they organized for me, I mean, also thinking that I might get cricket over there, it was fascinating.
Yeah.
But at a professional level, let me tell you, the decision I made for having the match was also because of the judging the caliber of the cops over there. I still remember DIG Duggar of Lahore, who invited me next time and asked me to address the equivalent IPS officers over there. And in that Lahore Commandant's office, which is the oldest police lines, he asked me to sit down and sign the register. And when I hesitated, he said, yes, you're the first foreign police officer to be signing this. And then when we walked to the venue, the man was playing Awara Hoon and, Raj Kapoor songs and presented me a memorable shield. So on a professional level, it was an absolute wonderful interaction, because I still remember in Karachi, for example, it was my birthday, 12th of March, and 1 o'clock in the morning when I settled down after, looking at the various security arrangements, I got a call from the High Commission that there's a threat which has come from RAW, and the attack on the hotel. And there I could think of one DIG operations there, and I rang him up. And he was there available on the first call. And for the next 3 hours, we were virtually on the ground trying to, increase tactical depth and all kinds of things which you usually.
Was it complicated for you, because your professional training as an intelligence officer is to look at everything with suspicion, and then you have all this warmth and hospitality of the ordinary people, and how do you reconcile that?
Well, I was always a little different. In fact, people used to tell me I had done a lot of field work in Madhya Pradesh, in my cadre before I joined the intelligence. So I had a lot of knowledge of ground policing. And when you're doing ground policing, you get some kind of a perspective on judging people and their professional instincts. So it was a combination of both. While I appreciated the threats, intelligence-wise, I also knew what would be the adequate security to compensate that.